hoping to get a word with the coaches in between games, but it's going to be a quick one as Windsor Sioux Straws South Central and Dieterich are on the court warming up for their contest, and Dustin says he's ready with the individual stats.
I am indeed. Matt, Windsor Sioux Straws got 15 points to lead the way from Jackson Gergel tonight. He was 6 of 13 from the field, had a couple of rebounds and a couple of assists. 11 points for Nathaniel Gracie, 3 for 5 from the field, 5 out of 10 at the free throw line with a couple of rebounds. 7 points for Connor Manhart, 3 of 10 from the field, made 1 3-pointer tonight. He finishes with 7 again. 4 points for Aiden Sayers on 2 of 6 shooting. Brody Hendrickson, 3 points on 1 of 3 shooting. He made 1 3 on 2 attempts from beyond the arc. Ryland Rinker also 1 for 3 from the field with a couple of points. And 2 points for Seth Rinker on 1 of 2 shooting. Both Colton Bridges and Blaze Burdine were 0 for 1 from the field, while Brody Bible played but did not attempt a shot. As far as Altamont goes, they got 17 points from Cade Miller to lead the way. 8 of 16 from the field, 1 for 1 at the free throw line, 10 rebounds for him. So a double-double for Miller to start the tournament off. 13 points and 4 rebounds for Aiden McManaway. He was 4 for 6 from the field, 4 out of 5 at the free throw line. 13 points and 4 rebounds for Dylan Elam as well. He was 5 of 9 from the field, 1 for 3 at the free throw line. He also had a couple of assists. You got 7 points from Caden Melville. He had 7 points and 10 rebounds. 2 for 7 from the field, 3 out of 4 at the free throw line. 5 offensive rebounds out of those 10 and a couple of assists. Also 7 points for Caden Davis on 3 of 5 shooting. He had a rebound and 2 assists. 5 points for Alec Yarhouse on 2 of 3 shooting. He had a couple of rebounds and 2 assists. And then Ben Radel didn't score, but had a couple boards, a couple of assists. You had 0 for 1 shooting for Tyler Ruffner to go with a rebound. And then you had Zach Meyer and Alex Walker. They both played. Neither one attempted a shot. So there are your numbers. Altamont, the 71-44 win over Windsor Sioux Straws. And Coach Shane Smith from Windsor Sioux Straws made his way over. So I will make way, and we will get that interview underway.
Oh, we're good.
Thank you very much, Dustin, as he slides the headsets over to Coach Smith. And, Coach, boy, I tell you what, this is a good Altamont team that you found your club in a hole early in this contest.
Yeah.
It just proved to be too much to dig out of.
The whole night's about little things. I mean, I thought offensively, we played well enough. You're not great, but, well enough. I mean, we got plenty of shots. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We got shots to the people we wanted to get shots to. But it's just little things. Like we started out the game, and we knew we're not supposed to help off the shooter in the corner, and we did it. Begin the game, we did it. We get it down to 16 or so, and then we do it again in the third quarter. And, it's just little things. And then the offensive rebounds, that they had 4 more offensive rebounds than we had total rebounds, according to our stats.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're never going to win a game when you give up 14 offensive rebounds.
But it is good to see the effort and the energy that the kids all put out on the court. And, that can be tough to do when you find yourself down, eventually 15, 20, 25 points.
Yeah, and we talked about that after the game a while ago. I think we played the first 10 minutes with 6 points. And then, for the next probably 16 minutes, I thought we kind of held our own with them for about 16, 17 minutes in there. And then a couple of things piled on us in the third quarter, and that we normally don't do, and that's what you're looking at. But again, you're right. Our kids don't quit. Whether we're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, we still go out there and battle.
And battle you're going to have to do again, no matter who you get after this contest, between a very good Dieterich club and a South Central team as well. That kind of play 2 contrasting styles. It'll be interesting to see how that works out in this one. But no matter who you get in that consolation bracket game on Friday night, it's going to be an interesting one. But first, you have to get through Neoga to get to that.
Yeah, and the way this tournament's set up for the 7th seed, it's an opportunity. We always talk about with our kids the opportunity. We lost tonight, but your goal in this tournament is win 3 games, and to be in the 7th seed, you still have the opportunity to go out and win 3 games. Now, we got to show up, we got to play, and we got to do what we do to get in those games and win those games. But our goal now is to play on Saturday still. play in that consolation championship.
Well, Coach, we look forward to seeing the Hatchets return to action on Thursday night at 5 o'clock, and we wish you and your club the best of luck.
All right, thanks.
That's Shane Smith, nice enough to join us after the ball game for a quick interview as time gets short in between games when we have 3 in this one. And whichever one you want to grab there, Coach, that'll work for you. As Coach John Niebrugge has also been nice enough to share his time for a minute or two. And, Coach, boy, you know, I talked to Shane about how his club got down early, and that's a hard hole to dig out of, where your club got up early and really rode that momentum through the rest of the game.
Yeah, we've done a good job of striking the first punch a lot in our games, but then we don't sustain it. You know, we kind of get up 8, 9 points against some teams, and then we don't. You know, one of these times, which is good. We had a layoff of 11 days of game, and we haven't practiced the past 2 days. I don't know if I've ever done that. I don't know if I've ever gone to a game without practicing for 2 days. But we didn't know what we was going to get. And I thought the boys came out and played some fire.
Well, it was an interesting weather situation for your club to deal with for the last more than week or so, as the other teams weren't able to play because of the weather. And your kids, though, did come out and respond pretty well. But I got to tell you, we're kind of taking credit up here for Caden Miller. We just mentioned that late in the second or early in the second quarter, he wasn't having his typical night, just a couple of points and a rebound. Well, from that second on, he took off.
Right. And I got after him a little bit. I told him, Caden, he was making the game harder than what it needed to be. I told him, I said, there's nobody as big as you on this court. Just go up and shoot it. He was trying to make moves, you know, fancy moves, like sometimes simple moves, the easy move. And Caden, another double-double. I mean, 17, we have for 17 and 12. But, I mean, the kid's a workhorse. You know, everybody loves the way he plays, even including us coaches. You know, even if he doesn't have a great game, you know he worked hard that night.
Well, another kid that works extremely hard. Got some points for you as well. Hayden McManaway. And we know you keep a touch of stats, and we can't keep all of that up here during the game, but he seemed to have 100 of them in this one.
Right. He has a chance in my 12 years to break our deflection record. He's going to get 120 deflections this year right now and on pace. That's just, and we ask for deflections. We count deflections. It just disrupts defense. He knows he's guarding the best player on the other team every night. He wants to. He has that mindset. He don't care if he scores. It's hard to take him out as a coach because we know that kid might score as soon as we take him out. At least he might get an easy look. But and he had a career high in points tonight, which he showed. So he hit a 3, hit a mid-range jumper. He played a well-rounded game.
Dylan Elam and Eli Miller are 2 other starters in your seniors that start for your club, both in double figures as well. And Cade Melville messed around and almost got himself a double-double, as he was only a few points short of that himself.
Yeah, and going into the game, those are your, you know, Dylan and Eli, you're thinking they're going to be some of your 2 top scorers. You know, Dylan's battling knee stuff, but he's going to continue to work hard, and he's a threat. He can score from all 3 levels. Eli's just a kid that a coach's dream that he's starting to shoot the basketball really well right now, and that just adds another dimension. And Cade's growing into that 6'3" sophomore body, so and he can really shoot it. He might be the best spot shooter we have on the team. So we can put 5 guys out there we didn't know that can score in different varieties.
And you've got Alec Yarhouse, Caden Davis coming off the bench, another couple of seniors providing a big role. And Caden Davis, you know, he kind of turned into a mini McManaway in a way.
Yeah.
He was knocking balls away and diving for them and things like that as well.
Yeah, he started some games for us. He's got quick hands. You know, sometimes he gets in bad defensive position, but he can always make up with his hands and his feet, trying to get him to be better about his positioning and get the steals. But he started for us, and he's been a leading scorer for us this year. When he can knock down, him and Alec can come down against his zone and just be zone busters all game. So those are 2 good guys to have off the bench, and I thought even Ben had some good minutes, you know, filling in when we went big a little bit. So we're finally healthy. This is the first time. Last practice Saturday was the first time we've practiced as a team together all year. It's kind of weird. We're not 100%, but we're getting there.
Well, Coach, you're going to have a tough draw no matter who you get, either Dieterich or South Central. And we talked about it with Coach Smith. These 2 teams play a different style. It's going to be interesting to see how that happens on the court tonight. But no matter who you get, it's going to be an interesting matchup. on what is almost kind of like a normal schedule now. You play on Tuesday, and then you'll play again on Friday.
I'm all right with that. I'm all right with him play Saturday, hopefully, at some point. But, yeah, that's okay. Coach Doring does a 1-2-2 that if you don't shoot the ball well, you might have a bad night. Sometimes you have a bad shooting night. And Dieterich can shoot the basketball. I got some kids that can really stroke it. And Dieterich plays really good defense. They held us to 42 points. So it's going to be a good ball game. Whoever we play Friday night is going to be, hopefully have black and orange out there ready to rock and roll.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time after the game. We'll let you get out of here. And good luck to your Indians.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing them in the semifinals.
Thank you.
That's Coach John Niebrugge after the ball game as he slides the headsets off. As Altamont picks up the victory tonight, 71-44. We'll take a break, come back with the pregame show, and get you set for Dieterich and South Central here on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Person-to-person money transfer. Easy, the way it should be. Learn more at crossroadsbank.com. Crossroads Bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Compass Advisory Group is here to guide you in the right direction for all of your investment and insurance needs. Contact Kurt Strohmeyer or Corey McDaniel at 217-347-9697.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Well, we're getting set for Dieterich and South Central, but first, let's send it back to Lauren. She has a score or two from around the area. Lauren?
Thanks, gentlemen. So right now at the half for Teutopolis and Mount Zion, Mount Zion is beating Teutopolis 27-16. Again, that's at the half. And then another score at the half, we have the girls basketball. Teutopolis is beating Altamont 39-14. And then just to catch up from the previous games, Cowden Herrick Beecher City won over Neoga 53-49. And then Altamont just played were the victors over Windsor Sioux Straws 71-44. And those are your scores.
All righty. Thank you very much, Lauren. We appreciate that. Now, Dustin has a quick look at our starting lineups before we take another break and get set for the start of the nightcap.
Yeah, the visiting team here tonight, number 6 seed South Central Cougars, 11-10 on the year under Coach Blake Doring. It's going to be Cage Heastan, the 6'1 junior, wearing number 12. He will start, averaging 4.7 points per game. Be joined by Max Magnus. He is a 6-foot senior, averages 10.4 points per game. He wears number 14 for the Cougars. Callaway Smith, he's number 20. He's a 6-foot junior, averaging 6.3 points a game. He'll be joined by Seth Bergman, number 40, a 6'2 junior who scores 7.6 points per game. And then Jacob Smith, he's a 6'2 senior wearing number 45. He scores 3.5 points a game for these 11-10 Cougars. For Brent Bohnhoff and the Dieterich Moving Maroons, they come in with a 14-5 record. They're 4-2 in National Trail Conference play, by the way. South Central 2-3 in their league play games so far. It's going to be Tanner Will, a 5'11 junior for Dieterich. He's averaging 5.1 points per game, wears number 2. Number 3, Landon Keck, a 6-foot junior, averaging 13.2 points per game. Then it'll be another junior, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall. Number 12, Jackson Funneman, averages 5.5 a game. He'll be joined by yet another junior, the 6'2 Lucas Westendorf. He wears number 15, 14.1 points a game for him. And Caleb Gephardt, a 6'2 senior. He wears number 23. 18.5 points per game to lead the Maroons. Gephardt, both Gephardt and Westendorf have crossed the 1,000-point plateau during play this season, Matt.
Thank you very much, Dustin. Let's take a quick 60-second break. We'll come back with the start as it's Dieterich and South Central in Game 3 at the NTC Tournament on Classic Hits 97.9 XFM.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC Tournament. Best of Success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC Tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org. Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Is it true you're a master negotiator?
I did recently negotiate a ridiculously low price on 80 factory fresh deluxe comfort systems.
Now you sell them at a profit.
No.
No?
Instead, when you buy an AC at the regular price, you'll get a brand new, fully warranted, highly efficient furnace for just $2,009.
That's a savings of $1,867.
Yeah.
Troy, is it true you once installed an air conditioner in an igloo?
I can be very persuasive.
Janssen'sHeating.com.
All right, getting set for the final game of the night here at Altamont. We've kicked off this 88th National Trail Conference Tournament. CHBC got the win over Neoga, and then Altamont got the win over Windsor Sioux Straws. Now it is number 3 Dieterich getting ready to take on number 6 South Central. They have introduced the starting lineups. One more score to pass along for you. Man on the scene, Greg Sapp, apparently over at Effingham High School tonight. He says that the Hearts are leading Oblong Palestine Hudsonville 17-16 after one quarter. So they have got that lead over OPH, but it's a tight game over at EHS. We're getting ready to jump it, and it is Dieterich winning the tip. Lucas Westendorf won the tip over Cage Eastham, and we are ready to go here at Altamont. Dieterich quickly. Tanner Will stood out beyond the arc at the three-point line. Nobody picked him up, so he said, I'll bury it, and it's 3-0 Maroon.
Yeah, he looked it over for a while and decided, well, I can just shoot.
So it's first possession for South Central. Jacob Smith gets it over to Seth Bergman. Now out top, holding it is Callaway Smith over to Heaston. Now they throw it in the paint. It's picked off. The turnover, they get it up court, and it is Gephardt who ran the floor, tried to go in for the layup, missed that shot, and then the rebound was swatted around and goes out of bounds off of the Maroons.
Well, Gephardt's so used to on the fast break just going ahead and dunking it, but he probably made the right decision by trying to lay it up there because there was traffic, but it just wouldn't go.
Magnus bounces a pass up top to Bergman. Now they get it over on the wing. That's Jacob Smith. He's standing now a three-pointer, and that is good for Callaway Smith. So he got over to Callaway on the wing, and Callaway Smith buries the three to tie us back up, 3 apiece.
Yeah, that was good ball movement, and Smith just caught it in rhythm and buried it.
So South Central gets the triple. They tie it up, and then driving to the basket, Landon Keck. He was going to trying to go to the left side, and Seth Bergman got his arm across him, and it looks like Seth might be the one who felt that one the most.
I think he got hit in the midsection or a little below, and so they are allowing him a little extra time as the officials are chatting with him there to make sure he's all right. And the thing to me, it looked like Bergman, but then all of a sudden he just swung the arm down and made it an easy call as Bergman picks up the first foul of the game.
Kyle Repking, one of the officials on this crew, comes over and checks on him on the inbound, open three-pointer, and Landon Keck from the same wing that Tanner Will hit one a moment ago, knocks down his first three of the game, and it's back to a three-point lead. Dieterich up 6-3.
In this three-point shooting contest thus far.
Yes, all the field goals in the first minute and a half have been from beyond the arc. Is holding it as Bergman out on the wing now. Up top, gets it to Smith. Jacob Smith looks it over, gives it to Heaston over there on the right wing. Now out top, that is Callaway Smith. Callaway gets it over to Magnus. Magnus dribbles out toward the top, picks up his dribble, tries to bounce the pass to a teammate. Callaway Smith does catch it, but he was challenged by Tanner Will out there. Still doesn't use his dribble, but gets it over to Magnus over on the opposite side. Magnus bounces the pass up top. That's Cage Easton. Now gets it over to Seth Bergman. Bergman over to Jacob Smith. He tries to drive in, now kicks it back out. Faking the corner three is Easton. Then his shot is blocked, drove the baseline, and Lucas Westendorf swatted that one out of bounds.
Yeah, that was good ball movement, penetration kick, and then Easton drove, but there to erase the shot was Westendorf as he got a hand on it, but it went out of bounds before Dieterich could control it.
Easton will trigger the inbound on the baseline, bounces it out to Magnus. Now out top, that's Callaway Smith holding it. Two Smiths in the lineup for this South Central team. As they've got Jacob Smith holding it now, tries to throw it in the post. Easton had a tough catch, but was able to get a hold of it, then bounce it back out on the wing. Callaway Smith. Now over to Bergman on the wing. Out top, a lot of passing here. There's a patient possession for South Central.
This is kind of what they do, Dieterich in the man-to-man, but they are chasing South Central.
They try to throw it into the paint. That pass is tipped up in the air and taken away by Jackson Funneman. Dieterich forces South Central's second turnover on the other end. Tanner Will bounces pass across the lane over to Westendorf. He finds Landon Keck open for a wing three. Landon hits it. He's got 6. The Dieterich lead is 6. South Central calls the timeout. 5:09 to go in the first quarter. It's Dieterich 9, South Central 3. Back in 30 seconds here on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
For over 30 years, SPS has been providing care to the surrounding area. Specializing in around-the-clock and hourly care, we focus on in-home and nursing home care. If you need help with your loved ones, call Mitchell or Sherry today.
South Central basketball coming out of that timeout. They trailed Dieterich early 9-3 as the Moving Maroons have hit 3 three-pointers, all from the same spot on the right wing. Maybe South Central, when they're on defense, will just have to put one guy right there to guard that spot instead of guarding the man. But right now it's the Cougars with the basketball. 4:50 to go in the first quarter. And Callaway Smith stripped of the basketball. Westendorf passes up the floor, and Landon Keck has got the layup off of South Central's third turnover.
Yeah.
He's got 8, and South Central trails by 8, 11-3.
Turnover's a problem here as they have scored in transition a couple of threes, and now that layup.
Dieterich almost forces another one as Landon Keck is working his tail off out there on the perimeter. Gets it over on the wing. Now Jacob Smith has it as South Central did maintain possession. It was just a little scary there. Easton thought about a three-pointer on the wing, decides not to. Callaway Smith with it, rather, Jacob Smith. Now Bergman will take the three. That one is off the front iron, no good. Rebound comes to Lucas Westendorf. Westendorf will bring it up himself. Finds an open shooter in the corner, and that is Landon Keck. Landon Keck is on fire. He's got 11. 3 three-pointers for him, and it is an 11-point Dieterich advantage, 14-3.
Dieterich's 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. Keck has 3 of them.
And all their looks have been wide open. They have been able to catch in rhythm and shoot, and nobody even challenging them right now. So South Central ball, they trail by 11 early. Good start for Dieterich. Cougar basketball, they're working it around the perimeter. Magnus with it right now. Gets it out top. They try to dump in the post. Layup chance, and that is Jacob Smith, who finally gets something to go. Good pass in from the top, though.
Yeah, Seth Bergman found him underneath, and he was able to shot fake, let the defense clear, and fire it in.
Now challenging a pass into the paint, and Seth Bergman knocks it out of bounds. Dieterich moves the ball up the floor quickly. So Maroons will keep possession of the basketball on the baseline here, over toward the corner. It's Westendorf. Lucas will trigger the inbound. Throws it out top. And, boy, Landon Keck wide open for 3 again. That time he's off the mark, though, and Jacob Smith gets the rebound. So Landon Keck proves he's human on this trip down the floor. South Central just about threw it over and back as they were working the ball down the floor. Right now holding it out top is Bergman. Gets it over in the corner. That's Magnus. Magnus thought about a 3, couldn't pull the trigger. Jacob Smith out top. Now over, looking, that is Callaway Smith. Now over in the corner, Magnus has it. Again, South Central, patient possessions. They work the ball around the perimeter a lot before they go to the rim. Jacob Smith went to the elbow and now kicked it back out. Over to Heaston. and then over to Bergman. Now they get a three-pointer out there. That one is off the mark, taken by Callaway Smith. Rebound comes down and knocked away, and it's eventually Jacob Smith who comes away with the basketball. Missed the shot. Landon Keck gets the rebound for Dieterich. Then Caleb Gephardt decides to pull the trigger on a three-pointer. He misses, but Keck's got the offensive rebound, takes it to the rim, absorbs some contact. He's got 13, gets the shot to go. Dieterich back up 11, 16-5, 2:09 in the first quarter.
Well, Keck is just everywhere, getting his hands on passes and also scoring, obviously, on the other end.
So South Central down 11 with the ball. Callaway Smith with it in his hands out top, and Seth Bergman decides to take a three. Leaves it short. It is Gephardt with the rebound, gets to Westendorf, who quickly pushes it up to Tanner Will. Will tries to throw it in the paint over the head of Funneman, and then as they tried to scramble, it's South Central who takes it away, pushing it up as Houston. His shot is off the mark, no good. Tanner Will with the rebound. So South Central's first turnover does not, Dieterich's first turnover does not result in any Cougar points. Now Landon Keck again opens the three on the wing. At some point, South Central's going to have to decide to cover him up. He's got 16 points in the first quarter. It's 19-5.
He was just a little farther beyond the arc that time, but he was still open and caught it in rhythm and buried another one.
Yeah, nobody around him. So he's got the Cougars out there, or the Maroons out to a pretty good start. 1:07 to go in the first quarter. South Central basketball, and they're way behind already. They're working around top. Bergman has it now over in the corner. Gets it to Magnus. Magnus thought about using the screen, but doesn't. Now they lob a pass in there. Bergman could not handle it. You can't throw it over the top of Jackson Funneman. Now on the other end, flying in is Caleb Gephardt. He's got 2 points off of South Central's fourth turnover. It is 21-5. Dieterich with the first quarter lead, 40 seconds left to play.
Yeah, one thing I know you can't do against Dieterich is throw it over the top. They've got some leapers out there, and they made South Central pay that time.
Easton throws it into the high post up at the free throw line. That's Jacob Smith with his back to the basket. Gets it to Easton. Now they get it over to Magnus. His three-pointer off the rim, no good. Gephardt with the rebound. He wants to go coast to coast. Leaves the layup off the front of the iron, no good. But there is cleaning up the mess. Lucas Westendorf with the offensive rebound, the click back. His first 2 points, and now an 18-point lead for Dieterich. 6 seconds to go. Magnus on the wing, going to have to hurry. Doesn't have an opening. Now gets it over. They don't know how much time is left. And now having to force something in Houston. But that's who went off the top of the backboard. And Dieterich just played about as good as first quarter as you could possibly ask for. Moving Maroons after 8 minutes have a big lead. It's the number 3 seed Dieterich 23, number 6 South Central 5. 1 quarter in the books here at Altamont. And you're listening to it on 97.9 XFM.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3. Dieterich Bank is proud to sponsor the NTC Tournament. Dieterich Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Business. We've been serving the Effingham area for over 50 years. Get a free estimate at Barlow Lock and Security, 217-347-9663.
23-5, Dieterich leads South Central after a quarter. Matt, what kind of numbers you got from that first period?
Dieterich 9 of 13 from the field, 5 of 6 from three-point range. South Central 2 of 10 from the field. They made their first 3, then missed their next 5, 1 of 6 there. 4 turnovers for the Cougars, the 1 for Dieterich.
Drop it down into the paint to Bergman to the Cougars, who have the basketball to start. That doesn't materialize, so Callaway Smith drives from the free throw line. His runner is off the mark, and into the game is Luke Winty for Dieterich. He gets the rebound for the moving Maroons, who dominated that first quarter. They have the ball in the 18-point lead. Winty drives in from the corner, skips it out to Westendorf. Now Gephardt, mid-range jumper from the baseline, is off the front iron, no good, and the rebound comes down to Bergman. So South Central with the ball, trying to chip away at an 18-point deficit after a quarter. Callaway Smith pulls the trigger on the wing 3. It's off the mark. And going high for the rebound is Gephardt. He'll walk it up the floor himself.
And he can go up high, that's for sure.
He has got some hops. Landon Keck gets it over to Winnie. His wing three is no good, but the rebound tipped around, finally found in the hands of Gephardt on the weak side. He puts up the easiest 2 points he'll score all night. He's got 4, and it's a 20-point game, 25-5.
Well, Keck caught that ball on the rebound at the free throw line and dumped it beautifully down to Gephardt for the bucket.
South Central with the ball down 20. Top of the key is Bergman. Picks up his dribble, doesn't know what he's going to do with it. Gets it over to Magnus. Magnus on the wing, being guarded closely by Keck. Back out top, that's Jacob Smith. Bounces a pass, and that is Weston Nielsen, a freshman in the game, to start the quarter for South Central. He's in for the first time. He is a 6-foot freshman. One of their first guys off the bench, one of their reserves, as Magnus pulls the trigger on a jumper. That's off the mark. Way too strong, and Winnie with another rebound. Westendorf bringing it up the floor across the timeline. Tried to throw a pass up ahead, and Magnus knocked it out of bounds on the sideline. Seth Jones going to get into the game, a 6'3 junior for South Central. He comes in for the first time as you see Jacob Smith take a seat. Also, Callaway Smith takes a seat as number 40 for South Central. Bergman gets back in the game. Oh, they got, well, no, that's right. Sorry about that. Just a little confusion there about who the subs were. But it is Dieterich basketball. They got Brock Niebrugge in there. That's a stoppage of play. He dumped one into the paint. Luke Winnie had a tough catch, but able to wrestle at 3. Now he has the ball knocked away. I can hear skin on skin there. And Carl Redkin says somebody fouled.
Yeah, we'll sort out who it's against as South Central picks up the personal. It'll be the first foul of the quarter, and it's Magnus picking up his first. So only 2 fouls thus far whistled in this ball game.
Brock Niebrugge in this game, Dieterich, he has been missing for quite some time. 6'1 sophomore, apparently has been dealing with a wrist injury for most of the season. He's out there now. Landon Keck driving the baseline, gets it in the paint. Tough shot for Funneman on the turnaround, no good. Tough rebound for Seth Bergman for South Central. South Central pushes it up the floor. Heaston with it right there on the left wing now. Takes a couple of dribbles, picks it up. Gets it to Seth Jones. Jones gets it over to Magnus, sets the screen for him. Magnus can't do much. Now a three-pointer on the wing from Nielsen off the mark. Rebound tapped from Gephardt over to Landon Keck. Gephardt got a hand on it, but it was Keck who controlled it. They get it up now to Winnie. Winnie gets it over to Gephardt, thought about a 3, instead stepped in, and just behind the free throw line, Caleb knocks down the jumper for 2. He's got 6, and now it's a 22-point lead for the Moving Maroons.
Use the dribble to create a little rhythm for himself and elude the defender just a little bit more.
And, of course, he can elevate on that mid-range jumper so well that even if somebody challenges, he's probably going to get over the top of it. He's got a half dozen. Here's a kick ball from the Dieterich defense. South Central tried to run something there. Westendorf and Tanner Will getting back in the game for Dieterich as you see Winnie take a seat, and also sitting down is Jackson Funneman for the Maroons. So 2-for-2 swap there with 4:51 showing on the second quarter clock. Easton going to inbound it in the backcourt, gets it to Magnus. It's been a tough first half for the Cougars. They scored 5 points in the first quarter, and they have not scored here in this second period.
They just haven't been able to find a decent look for the most part either. Dietrich's man-to-man has been swarming.
Yeah, I mean, Magnus picked up his dribble right there and was being hounded. Got it to Bergman, back to Magnus. Now Heaston with it.
He's still way out on the perimeter.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking 4 or 5 feet beyond the arc. Now actually Magnus holding it out near the center circle, looking back to Coach Doring for some instructions. There's a pass over to Magnus, tipped by Dieterich, but Magnus able to hold on to it. He's looking for a screen, gets it, but finds himself still way out beyond the arc. They swing it around. Nielsen with it over in the corner. Now from the wing, tries to drive in. Puts up a shot, no good, but he was fouled.
I think Westendorf might have got called for a reach as he slid down, but it also could be Brock Niebrugge. We'll see who they give it to. It is Niebrugge picking up the first Dieterich personal, and we're essentially halfway through the second quarter.
Weston Nielsen, again a freshman, averaging 5.7 points off the bench for the Cougars, puts his first free throw up and good. So at the 4:04 mark in the second period, the Cougars have finally scored here, 27-6. It was a long drought for them to begin this period. They sit down Magnus.
Smith's return.
2 Smiths in the game as Nielsen misses the second free throw. 1 for 2 trip for him. And going up high for the board is Gephardt. Gets it up to Westendorf. Now driving in from the wing is Tanner Will. Gets it to Gephardt in the paint. He thought about passing off. Instead, decided to take a turnaround jumper just inside the free throw line. He misses, and Bergman gets the board. So South Central back up the floor. Easton drives from the wing as there was a little bit of an over pursuit from the Dieterich defense, but they recover nicely. South Central sets it up. Easton over on the wing picks up his dribble a long way away from the basket, tries to bounce the pass to one teammate, got away from him, but tracking it down before it went in the backcourt was Nielsen, and the Cougars maintained the possession. Now pulling up for a tough jumper is Callaway Smith. 20-footer is good. Man, he was challenged on that one too, but he makes the 2, and it's 5 points for him.
Well, he put a high arcer to get it over the defense, and it just flashed right down through the net.
And he's got 5. South Central trails by 19. Dieterich with the basketball with 3 minutes to go. Gephardt recovering on the baseline as there was a bit of a miscommunication there, but driving in is Landon Keck. And he has been a little bit quiet in the second quarter, but he just got up to 18 there as he's got Dieterich back out front, 29-8.
Well, Gephardt saved it from the baseline, threw it to Keck, and Keck from the top of the key just exploded to the hoop.
Yeah, and he shows some reckless abandon coming into the basket, too, as he hit the floor after he made that shot. But again, he's got 18 points, and Dieterich up 21, 2:36 to go. South Central working it around the perimeter against that tough Dieterich defense. Holding it right now is Jacob Smith. Now out there is Nielsen, the freshman. In fact, they swing it around to Smith on the wing. Tries to throw it back out top. It's picked up by Westendorf. Feeds it up to number 13, Brock Niebrugge, with the bucket off of the first South Central turnover of the quarter.
Yeah, that probably feels good for Niebrugge to get into the scoring column for the first time in a while this season.
He's got 2. South Central trails by 23 now with the basketball. They just have not had any ability, against this Dieterich defense to just make even the simple passes out there on the perimeter. Dieterich has been taking them all out of sorts. Right now they're just working it around the arc. Right now Nielsen with it on the left wing. Drives a step in the arc, runs out of the room, gets to Jacob Smith, who drove into the free throw line. Now he picks up his dribble. Back out to Nielsen. His three-pointer is off the mark. Rebound to Westendorf, throws it up ahead. And again, Brock Niebrugge running, misses the layup. The flying in is Gephardt with a rebound, brings the ball low, puts it up off the backboard, no good. But here's a rebound for Keck, and as he goes up, he is fouled by Jacob Smith. So a third chance at the rim, and Landon Keck is going to go to the free throw line.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, you try again, and if you don't succeed, you get another board and you try again. And ultimately, going to the free throw line is Keck for Dieterich, as he was fouled on the exchange by Jacob Smith, his first and team second this quarter.
Keck has got 19 points now. He makes the first of 2 free throws. Seth Jones gets in for the Cougars. Seth Bergman takes a seat. So it's Seth. Also sitting down is Weston Nielsen as they get, I think, Magnus back into the game. Dieterich also gets John Holstein into the game for the first time.
He's wearing number 30. He was listed as 33 in one of the programs, but he's wearing number 30 tonight.
Meanwhile, Landon Keck went 2 for 2 at the free throw line. He's got 20 points, and Dieterich is up 25, 33-8. 1:15 before halftime. South Central with the basketball, wondering what they can do here against this Dieterich defense. Well, they can turn it over. There's a pass knocked away and picked off by Westendorf. Second South Central turnover. Westendorf just goes from one end of the floor to the other, crashes into the lane, and as he put up a shot, he was fouled. He will take a turn at the free throw line.
He was fouled by Houston. Gage has his first, and this is the team's third, with exactly a minute on the clock. Westendorf has only tried one shot thus far in the game from the floor, and now that was his first free throw attempt.
Left it a little short, so he'll try to make it a 1-for-2 trip here. And he's averaging 14 points a game. He's sitting at 2 right now, but that's because Landon Keck has been doing a lot of the work for the Maroons. Westendorf does make the second 1-for-2 trip for him. He's got 3, and Dieterich leads 12-26, biggest of the game.
Dieterich switches defenses here, a little 1-3-1, trying something different.
Yeah, when you're ahead 26, you can kind of just start working on some stuff. They get it into the paint to South Central, but Dieterich covers it up. Now a baseline jumper. That is good for Jacob Smith. Another high arcer there from 18 feet. Gets to go. He's got 4, and South Central is down 34-10.
Callaway Smith had it under the basket, saw all the defense around him, and found the open teammate.
Westendorf catches it in the corner. Can't shoot. Gets it out to Keck and back. See the big 15 seconds to go here before halftime. Out top to Gephardt. He at least acted like he might shoot from the volleyball line, but had still no real intention. City drives in. A couple of crossovers. Misses his shot. Put back is no good for Funneman. And then Holstein no good. But his shot off the rim is put in by Westendorf. The only question is, was it before the buzzer sounded? And they say that Lucas Westendorf did get that one to go. So that time it was the fourth bite at the apple that Dieterich finally converts. And it's just kind of a fitting in to that first half for both Dieterich and South Central. As Dieterich has dominated this game in pretty much every facet, and they are ahead 36-10. We'll go ahead and get into our halftime show, but it was all Dieterich in that first half of play. The number 3 seeded Moving Maroons lead South Central 36-10 here at Altamont. Again, it's 36-10, Dieterich over South Central, NTC tournament basketball here on 97.9 XFM.
Hi, this is Kathy from Bartle Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org. Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Person-to-person money transfer. Easy, the way it should be. Learn more at crossroadsbank.com. Crossroads Bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
Well, all Dieterich in the first half of the last of our 3 games here at Altamont High School as we are wrapping up. So getting toward the end of our first day of basketball at the 88th Annual National Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament. Dieterich leading South Central 36-10. The number 3 seeded Moving Maroons jumped out to a 23-5 lead over number 6 South Central in the first quarter. And then limited the Cougars to 5 more points in the second period, outscored them 13-5. They had that 6-10 edge. 20 points margin is the largest of the game for the Moving Maroons. They are looking like they are in pretty good position to advance on the side of the tournament. But, you got a chance to look at that halftime numbers there. You got at least we got the stats for us.
Yes, indeed. Dieterich was 14-27 from the field at 52%, and they are 5 of 7 point at 1%. Only attempted 1 3-pointer in the second quarter, so they started the game 5 of 6 from long range early on. Meanwhile, South Central was 4-17 from the field at 24%, 1 of 2 at the line, 50%. And 1 of 9 from 3-point range at 11%. South was committed 6.
Guessing games can be fun, but not when it comes to your funeral. Don't make loved ones have to guess at what your final request might have been. Bauer Funeral Home in Effingham and Teutopolis will take the guesswork out of your funeral with Pathway, a life insurance and annuity program that is designed to be used exclusively to fund funeral arrangements. With pre-arrangement, your family will know exactly what you wanted and how to pay for it. Learn more about funeral pre-arrangement by calling Bauer Funeral Home at 342-2177 and asking about Pathway from Beacon Life Insurance Company.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
We'll do the team numbers again. Dieterich, 14 of 27 at 52% from the field, 3 of 4 at the free throw line for 75% there, 5 of 7 from the three-point arc at 71%. South Central, 4 of 17 from the field at 24%, 1 of 2 at the line for 50%, and 1 of 9 from three-point range at 11%. Dieterich out-rebounded South Central 19-5, and South Central committed 6 turnovers to Dieterich's 1. On the individual side of things, Tanner Will is 1 for 1. He made the first shot of the ball game. It was a 3 for his 3 points, and he has a rebound. Landon Keck is 7 of 8 from the field. He is 2 for 2 at the free throw line with 20 points here in the first half. Jackson Funneman's 0 for 2 from the field. He has a rebound. By the way, Keck has 5 rebounds as well, 3 of them on the offensive end. Lucas Westendorf, 2 for 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line. He has 5 points and 4 rebounds. Caleb Gephardt, 3 of 10 from the field with 6 points and 5 rebounds. Luke Winnie's 0 for 1 with a couple of rebounds. John Holste's 0 for 1 with a rebound. Brock Niebrugge, 1 for 2 from the floor with 2 points. For South Central, Gage Heaston is 0 for 3 from the field. 0 for 2 from the field is Max Magnus with a rebound. Callaway Smith is 2 for 5 from the field. He has 5 points. Seth Bergman's 0 for 2 from the field. Hasn't scored yet, but he's grabbed 3 rebounds. Jacob Smith is 2 for 3 from the field with 4 points and a rebound. And Weston Nielsen is 0 for 2 from the field with 1 of 2 at the free throw line. He has a point for his only score of the ball game. That's a look at your team and individual numbers. Here's the half, where it is Dieterich leading South Central 36-10.
Well, Matt, why don't we go ahead and sneak in one more? You want to sneak in? Just keep it here.
Why don't we go for scores back at the studios?
Yeah, Lauren, what do you got for us? Sorry about that. Go ahead, Lauren.
All right, in the Mount Zion game, they won over Teutopolis 55-39, and then in girls basketball, is currently 25 seconds left on the clock, but currently T-Town is beating Altamont 64-36, and I'm sure that's probably how it's going to. Oh, it just got 65-36, but I'm sure T-Town will be the victors as there's 10 seconds now left on the clock. But those are the 2 scores that I have for you right now.
All righty. Thank you very much, Lauren. Good job back at the studios. Again, little technical difficulties. It's going to happen from time to time.
Yeah.
But we are back with you at the 88th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament, where we saw a close game won by Cowden-Herrick Beecher City in the opener, 53-49, the final in that one. And then Altamont picked up a big victory, as it turned out, over Windsor Stu Straws in a quarterfinal matchup. And now this one, Dieterich has been in control throughout.
Well, and then a last report also over at Effingham High School, they are tied with OPH at halftime, 24 all. So we got a couple of different people on the scene there that are passing along scores. But
always appreciated.
Hearts have got a tight one there. Unfortunately for South Central, it's not a close game here at Altamont. As Dieterich is getting ready to inbound the ball to start the second half, and they are leading the Cougars 36-10. And Coach Blake Doring's team is just, at this point, just going to have to figure out how to keep playing hard and see if they can chip in here early in the third quarter. But Dieterich's got the ball to start. That's a good start for the Cougars. They pick off the pass. Cage Heaston came away with it, but then as he was trying to bring the ball up the floor, had it knocked away by Lucas Westendorf, and then as Heaston tried to recover it, went off of him and out of bounds. So a quick Cougar turnover.
All right. Yep, it's just a turnover apiece as, the Cougars look like they had something going.
Tanner Will with it. He got this game started for Dieterich, hit an open three-pointer. I don't know if he's shot since then. Meanwhile, Gephardt, a corner three. And Caleb Gephardt's got 9 points now as Dieterich grows its lead to 29 points.
Yeah, Gephardt knocked down his first three that he's attempted tonight.
Top at Seth Bergman on the wing. Magnus has it now for South Central. Magnus trying to find a way into the paint. Does so briefly, but then kicks it back out to Jacob Smith. He drives in. His shot is blocked by Gephardt, and then the rebound comes down to Thunderman. The other way is Westendorf. Went to the basket, had it knocked away, but kicked it out to Keck. Down into the paint. Back out. Westendorf a corner three. And Lucas Westendorf hits the triple. He's got 8. Now it's a 32-point advantage for Dieterich because they have apparently they didn't forget how to shoot at halftime.
And Westendorf's only shot 3 times, but he's made all 3 from the floor.
So South Central continuing the labor here. They're down 42-10. They've got the basketball. Out top, Seth Bergman has it over in the corner to Magnus. Magnus trying to drive baseline, throws a pass along the baseline. He was trying to hit Easton with it, but he was locked up in a battle with Tanner Will, and Tanner knocked it out. So Heaston will trigger the inbound on the baseline, finds a cutting Callaway Smith, and there's a good inbound play. Callaway Smith does hit the bucket. He's got 7, and it's 42-12.
Yeah, it was a good play to free him up for a second. Keck recovered, but Smith was able to finish right through, Keck being right there.
Gephardt to Westendorf. Westendorf drives the baseline, a little wraparound pass in the paint to Thunderman. Got away from him, but tracking it down is Landon Keck. Keck gets it down into the paint now. Now they swing it out. Open three-pointer for Lucas Westendorf on the wing. He's got 11. Dieterich up 33 a couple minutes into this third quarter.
Yeah, and that was a good inside-out look again there from Gephardt, finding Westendorf on the perimeter.
So South Central with the ball. It's Bergman. Now out top, that's Callaway Smith, rather. Magnus now holding it on the wing, looking for a screen, comes around it, but the help defense is there. They'll go back around on the other side. Heaston with it, tries to dump it down in the post. Tough catch for Bergman, but he makes it high off the glass. That shot is no good. Defense did a good job staying home, and then Tanner Will got the weak side rebound. Brings it up the floor, gets it up to Gephardt on the opposite wing. And something away from the basketball taking place. There's a foul called by Bob Schlechter.
Yeah, Jacob Smith, I think, is going to be called in for a hold inside. I just happened to look up and see he and Jackson Fungerman kind of tangled up, and it's a foul on Smith. It'll be his first foul whistled this half.
We never mentioned the full officiating crew, Bob Schlechter and Carl Repking, and, of course, Jim Fisher over there. Pretty good trio out there, I would say, to wrap up this day of action at Altamont, where it kind of looks like we're just deciding how many Dieterich's going to win this one by, but a lot of basketball left to play as the Maroons do throw it away in the half court, so they commit the turnover, but they are ahead 45-12, under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that pass, just a little miscommunication, sailed out of bounds. It's the second turnover for Dieterich here in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. Their third turnover in the ball game.
Just one in the entire first half. So nobody is completely perfect, but Dieterich's been pretty close here tonight. South Central basketball, Magnus with it, trying to work on Keck there. Now steps back for a 3. That one's short, going high for the board is Westendorf. Throws it up ahead. That's Will with it on the wing. Now back into the free throw line. Westendorf, a no-look pass over to Gephardt. Three-pointer, or that was Keck who took the 3. My apologies. He missed it, though, and the rebound went to Magnus. Now driving the baseline. Here's Callaway Smith. Got too far under the rim. Had the ball knocked away momentarily and then threw it away. Busting up the floor is Landon Keck off of that second South Central turnover. On the other end of the floor, though, Dieterich got too far under the basket trying for a transition bucket, and they turn it over. That's 3 for the Maroons.
Yeah, and, when you're being aggressive, you have a turnover. Sometimes the coaches don't mind, but game like this, you want to make sure you don't get sloppy or anything like that. Pick up bad habits either.
Yeah, I mean, you did everything so well in the first half. It's hard to be that good for 4 total quarters, but you have seen Dieterich make a handful of mistakes here after halftime, but they're still in control, up by 33. South Central with the ball, and there's a shot from Callaway Smith. That was blocked. Gephardt comes away with the rebound, throws it ahead to Will. Unselfish play as Will didn't make a clean catch, so he just flips it to Westendorf, and the 2-on-1 break gets Westendorf up to 13 points as Dieterich's lead is up to 35.
Westendorf was the one who blocked that shot, and ultimately he ended up scoring.
So even after the good defensive play, he doesn't quit on it, runs the floor, gets himself up to a baker's dozen, and it's all Dieterich here tonight. 3:20 to go in the third quarter. South Central trying to work on Tanner Will. Tanner Will got a little too close defensively. He'll pick up a foul out away from the basket.
And Dieterich called for their first foul of the half and the second foul they've been whistled for tonight.
And we got a lot of subs coming in now for South Central. They brought 3 guys into the game, including in that is Lucas Bersot, a 6'1 junior, making his first entrance into the fray. Weston Nielsen, the freshman, also checks in for the Cougars, and they got number 35, Seth Jones, in there. They sat down Bergman, they sat down Jacob Smith, and they sat down somebody else.
Brock Niebrugge also got back into the ball game for Dieterich, I do believe.
Yes, he did. Brock Niebrugge is in there, and Luke Winnie also into the game. So lots of new faces, at least in the second half, new faces. As South Central has the ball, 3 minutes in the third quarter. They're down by 35 here. Out top, that's Nielsen with it. Picks up his dribble. He's being guarded by Brock Niebrugge. Now he finds room for a three-pointer, but not enough room. Left that one very short, and Nielsen misses, and it goes out of bounds. Now Dieterich will get another sub in. His number 25 gets in. It's Andrew Hall. He's wearing 25 tonight, as Dieterich apparently switched some uniforms around at some point in time. John Holsey wearing a different number than we're used to, and now Andrew Hall, 6-foot sophomore, getting in there. Hall saw a little bit of playing time as a freshman last year, and he comes in now. And there's Brock Niebrugge trying for a three-pointer. Somebody got a hand on that, but coming up with a rebound is Will. Now throws a pass across the lane, and Jackson Thunderman going up to the basket. He was fouled in the act of shooting, and Jackson Thunderman, who has not scored tonight, part of the starting lineup for the Maroons, but so many other people have been taking care of putting the points on the board. This is his first chance to get in the scoring column.
Yeah, that foul on Magnus, his second, and it's the team's second. And as you mentioned, Thunderman hasn't scored tonight. Not primarily his job. He does a great job of rebounding, playing good defense, battling hard inside against the other team's post players. And so when he scores, and he can score a little bit, but it's kind of a bonus.
Made the first free throw, though, and then made the second 2-for-2 trip for him, and John Holsey will replace Thunderman in the lineup now. He was waiting at the scorer's bench for that free throw to go in. So Jackson Thunderman sits down with 2 points. He made those free throws to throw Dieterich's lead to 37. 2.5 to go in the third quarter. South Central ball. Magnus with it. Bounces a pass to Callaway Smith. Smith on the wing looking to try to get in the paint, but there's no one there. Then tries to throw out top to Bersot, but it was out of his reach. Goes out of bounds. 3 Cougar turnovers.
Yeah, Bersot started to make a cut towards the lane right when Smith tried to throw it where he was. Again, miscommunication led to the miscue.
So Dieterich will inbound, throwing it into the backcourt. Brock Niebrugge got it to Tanner Will, who will jog it up for it. Skips one over in the corner to Hall. Hall thought about a three, decided not to. Skips it over to Will. Now on the other side, Brock Niebrugge dumps down into Holsey in the post. And he put up the shot, but he was fouled hard. He'll get a couple of free throws.
Well, good ball movement there by Dieterich, as a lot of the subs, so to speak, did a nice job of moving it around the perimeter and finding Holsey posting up inside. He got hit on the shot attempt, and the whistle against number 35, Seth Jones, his first.
Holsey hits the first free throw, and 5 new Cougars will enter the game. You've already seen Seth Bergman and Jacob Smith as they come back in. Hudson Moore, a 6-foot sophomore, making his first appearance, as is number 4, Evan Hoover, a 5'9 junior. Holsey goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. He's got 2 points. Lead up to 39 for Dieterich, and also Houston getting back in the game for Blake Doring's Cougar team. They get it down to Bergman in the post, but he has to bounce right back out as Dieterich defense. He's able to bottle him up. Houston out top with it now. They get it over in the corner. Moore with it off a screen. Does not shoot. Now throws it behind a teammate. Hustling after it. There's a couple of players in the backcourt, and it is South Central who touches it first. Good work by Evan Hoover to get back there, and instead of allowing Dieterich a layup, it's just an over-back turnover against South Central, their fourth of the quarter.
It's still going to be a turnover, but some turnovers are different than others.
Now they dump it into Holste in the paint, and he had position on his man. The big man scores his first field goal of the game. He's got 4, and it's a 41-point Dieterich lead, 53-12. No matter what the seeds are, Matt, you never really see a 41-point lead in the third quarter coming in this tournament, but that's what it is. Tough shot in the paint. Bergman can't get it to go. Tanner Will with the rebound for Dieterich. Up ahead to Winnie. Winnie just runs the floor, and Luke Winnie has his first bucket. He's got 2 points, and even the Dieterich subs are relentless here. Under a minute to go in the third quarter, they've got the Maroons up by 43 points.
Yeah, and they did a good job just running the court, as you say, and, they're still going to play the game right out there.
Those guys get their chance to play in this NCC tournament. They're not going to go out there and take it easy, right? As catching the ball out top is Jacob Smith, and if he tried to make a move between defenders from the top of the key, was tripped up and fouled. So that one goes against Dieterich.
Tanner Will picks up his second. It'll be the team's third, and we've got a substitution at the table. That's going to be number 21, Trevor Niebrugge, a 6-foot senior, getting set to check into the ball game.
He'll replace Tanner Will.
So a big hand for Niebrugge and a big hand for Will.
And Will with 3 points. He's probably played his last minute of the game, but again, one of those guys that does more for this team than put points on the board. South Central inbounds into the backcourt. Now they get it to Heaston up there on the right wing. Out top is Bergman with it. Coming around the screen now, hands it off to Evan Hoover, who picks up his dribble. Jacob Smith holds. Still out top. Bergman now over on the wing to Heaston. Opposite the wing from where he started this possession. Working it around the perimeter now, trying to drive in with Hoover, but he's cut off. Swinging back around to the other side. Holding it right now dribbling and driving is Hudson Moore. His shot is off the side of the backboard, but he was fouled in the act. And he's fouled on the floor before he shot.
Foul on Winnie. His first.
7.1 seconds to go in this third quarter. South Central with the ball on their own baseline. They'll throw it out top. Seth Bergman catches. Now hands it to Evan Hoover, who will take a three-pointer. That's off the rim, and Holste has the rebound for Dieterich as the third quarter comes to an end. Well, it was another good quarter for Dieterich as they come out of halftime and show no signs of slowing down. They outscore the Cougars 19-2 in that third quarter, and after 3 periods of play, it is Dieterich 55, South Central 12, National Trail Conference Tournament Basketball on 97.9 XFM.
Compass Advisory Group is here to guide you in the right direction for all of your investment and insurance needs. Contact Kurt Strohmeyer or Corey McDaniel at 217-347-9697.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
$55-12, Dieterich leads South Central after 3 quarters in their quarterfinal game of this NTC boys basketball tournament. It'll be a running clock here in this fourth quarter as South Central gets it to start the period. But again, Dieterich just outscored South Central 19-2 in that third quarter, and they are way out in front. And that's with Dieterich pulling most of their starters at the midpoint of that third quarter. There's a foul. Is trying to drive in is Callaway Smith for South Central. He's cut off by Luke Winnie. And that's just a big third quarter for Dieterich.
6 of 8 from the field, 4 of 4 at the free throw line, 3 of 5 from the three-point arc. They out-rebounded South Central 7-1. They had 3 turnovers to South Central's 4. South Central 1 of 7 from the field, no free throw attempted, and 0 of 2 from the three-point arc.
Out of that inbound play, Callaway Smith leaves a three-pointer short. Then the follow-up attempt by Weston Nielsen is off the mark. And coming down with a rebound that time is Brock Niebrugge for Dieterich. So they'll bring the ball up the floor, set up their offense. Again, it is all reserves in the game for the moving Maroons.
And we'll probably see a few more.
I would imagine so. Right now with the ball is Luke Winnie. Now dumps it down. There's Hall in the paint. Tries to throw up a shot. No good. Holsey with the weak side rebound. But then it was stripped away from him by Callaway Smith. So South Central bring it up the floor as we see somebody getting off the bench for the moving Maroons. But again, their uniform numbers they're wearing don't match what we had coming in. So we'll have to wait and see who that is. South Central has a pass taken away by Dieterich. Now they throw it, and Dieterich pushes it up the floor. Hall's shot is blocked. Andrew Hall's shot blocked. Coming away with the rebound is Callaway Smith, but then Hall steals it from him, and Andrew Hall, number 25, has his first 2 points. He's got 2, and Dieterich's lead grows to 45, 57-12. In running clock here in this fourth quarter, so already 2 minutes gone. South Central with the ball. Right now with it is Lucian Amos in the game for the first time, number 3. He's a 5'6" junior. Now they get it over on the wing to Nielsen. Nielsen looks for a screen, creates some room for him to take a three-pointer. The deep three is good, and Weston Nielsen has his first field goal of the game. He's got 4 points. It's South Central up to 15 points. But Dieterich wastes no time. They get it down to Holsey in the paint. His turnaround shot off the mark, and another rebound for Callaway Smith. Now South Central's got several guys getting ready to come into the game. They will go ahead and empty their bench. Here's a steal for Brock Niebrugge. South Central turns it over. Brock going coast to coast. His lefty layup is good. He's got that left hand wrapped up still, but he gets that one to go while he's fouled. So it's 4 points for Brock Niebrugge and a chance for the traditional three-point play.
Well, Lucas Versant picks up the foul, and after, now here comes the sub because it's going to be a three-point attempt here.
Yeah, so Bergman and Jacob Smith get back in. They were in the starting lineup along with Max Magnus for South Central. Those guys get back in, but then Trevin Sidwell, a 5'10" sophomore, gets in for the first time for the Cougars, and staying into the game is Hudson Moore. Free throw is good for Niebrugge, so he's got the three-point play. He's got 5 points, and then he'll take a seat as number 24, Tanner Niebrugge, a 5'10" sophomore, gets in for the moving Maroons.
I do believe that's his brother that's replacing him out there.
Very good.
We've got a couple more subs in there. We'll check as well as number 31, Jack Holsey's out there, 6'6" sophomore.
Magnus fell down driving in, but was able to maintain his dribble. They get it back out top. Holding it is Sidwell now. That's to the free throw line, picks up his dribble, gives it to Bergman. Bergman thought about a three, decided not to. Gave it to Hudson Moore on the wing, and he was held by Braylon Williams, number 5.
Well, Williams picks up his first foul.
5'10" junior. Now here's one getting off the bench for Dieterich.
That's number 22, Mr. Blake Niemer.
Blake Niemer going to get in there.
He comes in for the big man, John Holsey.
In running clocks, we're under 3.5 minutes to go here. Dieterich has been able to completely empty their bench, and I believe that every reserve for South Central's been in as well now, too.
So.
It's a 60-15 game. That's why Dieterich has got the big lead, and they will advance. But Trevin Sidwell going to try to make a three. That one's off the rim, and Jack Holstein gets the rebound there. On the other end of the floor, the ball knocked away by the Cougars. Dieterich will maintain possession. 31 is Jack Holstein, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
And the brothers Niemerg are out there together, 21 and 24, Tanner and Trevor.
It's Tanner with it right now. Now he tries to throw it over to Blake. That one gets away from him, and the Cougars have the basketball. So Max Magnus will drive in, kicks out, open three-pointer from the top of the key is Jacob Smith, and he's got 7. So Jacob Smith hits the triple, his first of the game. South Central gets 3 on the board there. Dieterich basketball, they have the 42-point lead, 2:15 to go. Blake Niemer, they're going to give him a chance to shoot. That one's a little too strong, and the rebound comes on the weak side. That's Seth Bergman. On the other end of the floor, they'll get it to Hudson Moore for a three. Rebound comes down to Braylon Williams. He'll walk it up the floor. Something tells me we might try to get another look for Mr. Niebrugge.
I think there's probably a good chance of it.
Blake going to take one from just inside the three-point arc. That's no good, but the offensive rebound goes to a teammate. That was number 21, Trevor Niebrugge. Another two-point shot for Blake. Niebrugge is no good, and that time the rebound belongs to Seth Bergman for South Central. Now on the other end of the floor, Bergman finds himself alone under the basket. Good feed from Jacob Smith. Bergman's got his first 2 points of the game. And South Central up to 20, 50-20, minute 23 to go in this game. They're going to let Blake Niebrugge take another shot. Boy, he just left that one a little short, did he, from 18 feet. Rebound comes down to Max Magnus. Magnus looks on the wing over to Hudson Moore. Hudson coming off the screen, pulls up for a free throw line jumper. That is off the mark. Dieterich will just let the rebound go out of bounds. Under a minute to go on this running clock. It's Dieterich basketball, and they have the 60-20 lead. They're going to advance in this NTC tournament after a very impressive performance against South Central tonight. Trevor Niebrugge walks it up, gets it to Blake. Blake, he puts up a shot. That one is no good. They'll get it to him again, though. The offensive rebound goes to Blake. Off the glass, no good. Rebound comes down, that one is in the hands of Jacob Smith, and he gets it across the lane to Trevin Sidwell. So South Central will get at least one more shot off as Max Magnus misses a three-pointer. Staying in bounds on the rebound was Braylon Williams, and with 18 seconds left, can we get Blake Niebrugge a bucket? We're going to try one more time. There's a jumper off the back iron, no good. Jack Holsey with the rebound. They get it to Blake off the glass. Good! Yeah, baby! Blake Niebrugge with the bucket. He's got 2 points, and that's a great way to wrap up this win for Dieterich as they defeat South Central 62-20. Nice job, Blake Niebrugge.
Good job by all those kids out there on the court there at the end as well.
So it doesn't go South Central's way, but Dieterich with an impressive performance to advance in this National Trail Conference tournament with a 62-20 win. That's the 3 seed beating the 6 seed as South Central falls to Dieterich by a 62-20 final. Why don't we go ahead and take a break? And when we come back, we will take a look at the stats from that game. We'll have chats with both coaches from this one, and we'll get you set for tomorrow's action at the 88th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. Again, your final here, Dieterich 62, South Central 20. You heard it here on 97.9 XFM.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC tournament. Best of success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org. Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
For over 30 years, SPS has been providing care to the surrounding area. Specializing in around-the-clock and hourly care, we focus on in-home and nursing home care. If you need help with your loved ones, call Mitchell or Sherry today at 217-690-3240. Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3. Dieterich Bank is proud to sponsor the NTC Tournament. Dieterich Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Assisting farmers for over 100 years.
Back at Altamont, where we just heard Dieterich get a pretty one-sided win over South Central. 62-20 was your final. The number 3 Moving Maroons defeated number 6 South Central Cougars by 42 points. Led by as many as 45 points in that game, and just really got out front and never looked back. Had a 23-5 lead after a quarter, 36-10 at halftime. Outscored the Moving Maroons outscored the Cougars 19-2 in the third quarter to take a 55-12 lead into that final period. And with a running clock, South Central able to outscore Dieterich 8-7 in the final period of play. But nice little exclamation point on that game as Mr. Blake Niebrugge was able to get himself in the scoring column, made a shot there to give him 2 points, and lots of good feelings in the gym as that one ended. But again, it was a pretty convincing win for the Moving Maroons, and so they will advance. They will play, of course, they will play the winner. They will play Altamont Friday night in a semifinal in this tournament, as Altamont was the victor over Windsor Stew Straws. And then in our first game tonight, it was Cowden Herrick Beecher City beating Neoga by 4 points, the 8 seed beating the 9, which means that tomorrow night the Bobcats will be playing top-seeded St. Anthony in the first of 2 games, as the other quarterfinal will put St. Noble Browns down the 4 seed against number 5 North Clay. So Matt's been working on the team numbers there. You got a little something to share with us from that game?
I certainly do. Dieterich finished the ball game shooting 23 of 47 from the field at 49%. And granted, the fourth quarter, there was a lot of extra opportunities in there that kind of brought that percentage down, but for the right reasons, as Dieterich was also 7 of 9 from the free throw line at 78%, 8 of 12 from three-point land at 75%. Dieterich dominated the glass, out-rebounding South Central 31-15. Turnovers, 10 for South Central, 6 in the ball game for Dieterich, as South Central finished shooting from the floor at an 8 for 33 clip from the field at 24%. They were 1 of 2 at the free throw line, 50% there, and 3 of 17 from three-point land at just 17.5%. So that's your team numbers. Let's take a break, and we'll come back with the individual stats and a chat with the coaches as well. How does that sound?
Sounds like a plan. We'll be back in 2 minutes here on 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org. Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Come see all the new and exciting Chevrolet and Toyota vehicles here at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, South Route 45 in Effingham, or shop and buy 24/7 at danheck.com.
Person-to-person money transfer. Easy, the way it should be. Learn more at crossroadsbank.com. Crossroads Bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Taking the time to listen and care. You have us for 4 turnovers.
All right, back here at Altamont, where Dieterich coach Brent Bohnhoff has joined the broadcast. The victorious coach Brent Bohnhoff, 62-20, the final over South Central. I'm sure you walked into the gym tonight and said, we're going to win by 42 points tonight.
Oh, definitely not. Anytime it's an NTC game, you got mad respect for the other team. They're well coached. Anytime you're playing NTC team, it's going to be a tough game.
But you got off on the right foot. There was that spot right there on the arc over there that you had Tanner Will hit one, and then you had a couple for Keck. I mean, you just couldn't miss from that spot. And that just sort of set the tone, I thought, for the game. Everybody was feeling good.
Oh, for sure. When the ball goes through the hoop, it makes everything a lot easier. It makes you play defense a lot better. You're more aggressive. You talk more. You move the basketball. Tonight I was just excited to see how well we moved the basketball and shared it, especially when everybody was shooting so well. It started off with Tanner Will knocking down the first 3, and then Landon, I don't know, he hit 3 or 4 in the first quarter, it felt like. I'm not sure what it was, but he was definitely hot.
Yeah, I mean, he ended up the game with 20 for you, but really pretty much doing all that damage in the first half as you were able to, understandably get a lot of people into the ball game. But that's the thing. I mean, you've got this team. You've got these 3 guys that are all averaging, 13 to 18 points. And so you just you get into the game and see who's feeling it and go from there.
Well, especially when they're, moving the ball so well, it makes it easier for all 3 of them. Like I said earlier, the game started with Tanner Will hitting the 3, and when he's making shots, it just makes the spacing on the floor a lot better for the other 3.
And Landon, it's not just 3-pointers either. Something we remarked upon during the game was that he'll catch that ball out the top and just go headlong into the basket. He doesn't care what happens after the shot goes off. He'll put that body on the line to get to the rim.
Man, when he gets downhill, he's like a bowling ball. He just bounces off those big guys and finds a way to get it up on the rim, and normally goes in. He's not afraid of contact. He has a lot of and-ones this season. His game's been really his game the last couple weeks has really been getting a lot better, and he's getting the feel of our team a lot better.
And you mentioned your defense, and really, I mean, we could talk about the scoring all night long, but where you guys caused the most problems in that game was that there were just not a lot of clean passes to be had for South Central. You were in the grills 30 feet and in.
I must say that was exciting tonight to see our defense, especially the discipline of it. We have a tendency to overplay. Tonight there was only a couple times that we did that. Everybody was just playing disciplined defense, and when everybody's on the same page, it looks pretty good.
A chance for the first time in a while to get Brock Niebrugge into the fray. You were telling me before the game that he'd had a sore wrist and it had limited his ability to participate this year. But I think it looked like the sophomore had a pretty good feel for things tonight.
Well, like you said, he's a sophomore, and we were expecting him to give us some big minutes towards the end of the season, and it still may work out like that. Anytime we can get him in the game, he can space the floor for us. He shoots the ball pretty well, and he has his knowledge for the game is something that we need as well. So it's great seeing him out there, and he's definitely going to help us down the stretch.
It's got to be fun to be able to get all those guys into the game, to get everybody a chance to play on the floor, because, like you said, it's the NTC tournament. You never know if you're going to get that opportunity to get all your guys that chance to play on this floor in front of these crowds. But you did, and there were some special moments in there. It was really nice. Really nice to be able to see Blake get in there and get that bucket up and in. That was a nice feeling to end the game on, I thought.
Oh, definitely. That was exciting. It's always gets our fans into the game. But like you said, I was excited when, our second and third unit, whatever you want to call it, came in, and we really didn't lose a lot defensively. Everybody was playing really, really tough and rebounding the ball, and like we had 6 turnovers for the whole game. And, our second and third unit played the fourth quarter, so that was something that I'll take back tomorrow in practice and really give them kudos for.
And of course, not a lot of time to relax. You'll have that practice, but then you're going to have a tough test against Altamont on Friday night. You guys have already squared off, and I seem to remember that being a pretty tight ball game. So it's your chance, right? You probably wanted to get another crack at them, and here it is.
Well, we wanted another crack, and they played some really good basketball tonight. We know it's going to be a physical game. We know they're going to play defense. and probably whoever takes care of the ball the best and executes on offense probably has the best chance.
Well, we're looking forward to that matchup. Coach Bohnhoff, we appreciate you taking the time afterwards to talk to us, but congrats on the big win tonight, and we will look forward to seeing you here Friday night.
Thank you very much.
All right, that is Brent Bohnhoff, the coach of the Dieterich Moving Maroons. They beat South Central 62-20 here tonight. Haven't seen Coach Doring come out yet, but why don't we go ahead and take one last spot break, and when we do, we'll come back with some statistics from that game from Matt, some scores from Lauren from around the area, and wrap up the broadcast here on 97.9 XFM.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Video and audio streaming of the 2024 National Trail Conference Tournament is proudly presented by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Color Drive in Effingham will find a vehicle that works for you. Check out Northside Ford's selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs today.
Person-to-person money transfer. Easy, the way it should be. Learn more at crossroadsbank.com. Crossroads Bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Compass Advisory Group is here to guide you in the right direction for all of your investment and insurance needs. Contact Kurt Strohmeyer or Corey McDaniel at 217-347-9697.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Hi, this is Kathy from Barlow Lock and Security. Secure your home or business with a customized system from us. Good luck, area teams in the tournament.
Since 1937, Geckner Brothers has been proud to support local and area teams, and that continues with this year's NTC Tournament. Best of success area teams from the family at Geckner Brothers.
Washington Savings Bank is here for you through every stage of life. We make banking easy and convenient.
Heartland Human Services is proud to sponsor the NTC Tournament. Your physical and mental health are similar. Take care of both for a happy, healthy life. If you've got a passion for helping others, apply today at heartlandhs.org.
Just finished our last game of the night, Dieterich defeating South Central 62-20, and Matt Robinson has got the individual numbers from that game.
Start off with Dieterich as they were led by Landon Keck. 7 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 at the free throw line, 5 rebounds and 20 points. 13 points from Lucas Westendorf. All he did was go perfect from the field, 5 for 5, and 1 of 2 at the free throw line, 4 rebounds with his 13 points. 9 points for Caleb Gephardt, 4 of 11 from the field. He grabbed 6 rebounds in this one. Also, 3 points from Tanner Will. Made the first shot of the ball game. That's the only one he took. He had 4 rebounds. 2 points for Jackson Funneman, 0 for 2 from the field, but 2 for 2 at the free throw line with a couple of rebounds. Also, 2 points for Luke Winnie, 1 of 2 from the field, a couple of rebounds. John Holsey, 1 of 2 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds and 4 points. Brock Niebrugge was 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 1 at the free throw line. He had a rebound and 5 points. By the way, Dieterich was 8 of 9 at the free throw line, not 7 of 9 like I had stated during the team stats. As we continue, Andrew Hall, 1 of 2 from the field. He had 2 points, a rebound for Trevor Niebrugge in there, and Blake Niebrugge made a shot. He had 2 points, and Jack Holsey grabbed a couple of rebounds, setting him up for those opportunities. Also, for South Central, it was Callaway Smith, 3 of 8 from the field, 3 rebounds and 7 points. Jacob Smith was 3 for 5 from the field. He had 2 rebounds and 7 points. Callaway does have a twin brother. His name is Colton, as Jacob is not Callaway's twin, just kind of to clear that up a little bit. Seth Bergman, 1 of 5 from the field with 5 rebounds and 2 points. 4 points for Weston Nielsen, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 at the free throw line with a rebound. Max Magnus grabbed 4 rebounds. He was 0 for 4 from the field. Cage Heaston was 0 for 3 from the field. Evan Hoover tried a shot. It didn't go. Trevin Sidwell tried a shot. He missed that. And Hudson Moore was 0 of 2 from the field. And those are your individual numbers here, as it was a big victory for Dieterich over South Central.
Well, Lauren has been manning the station all night long, and it's the end of a long night for her, but that means she's got a collection of scores. So, Lauren, why don't you go ahead and pass along what you got for us?
All right. In boys basketball, Effingham won over Oblong Palestine Hudsonville 53-45. Mount Zion won over Teutopolis 55-36, making them ranked number 6 in 3A. Moving on to girls basketball, Teutopolis girls actually beat Altamont 65-36, and then Dieterich won over Sandoval 60-27, and Newton defeats Lawrenceville in that rematch 65-60 in an intense battle. And those are the scores I have for you.
All righty. Thank you very much, Lauren. We appreciate your work back at the studios. Did a great job there tonight. Also, we'll appreciate the folks with the live stream, Wayne getting things set up, Caleb over there as well with some help, as we had plenty of viewers over on the YouTube channel. We appreciate that. Had over 250 at one point in time. And Dustin, first night's under our belt, but we've got a big week yet to go.
Yeah, it's couple of games that turned into a little bit more one-sided here today, but sometimes you have that in your openers. Looking forward to this tournament as it keeps on going, and you get your first look at top-seeded St. Anthony tomorrow night, as the Bulldogs are the number 1 team in the state, and they are the number 1 seed here. They'll play CHBC tomorrow at 6:15, and then, of course, your first looks at St. Noble Brownstown, the 4 seed, and North play the 5 seed. That is the second game of the night tomorrow. By the way, Caleb tells us we should also mention Elizabeth Salter. She's the other helper over there with the live stream. So we don't want to leave anybody out, because it takes all sorts of people to get this endeavor underway. But it works out real nice, and looking forward to lots more basketball this week.
Yeah, and if you appreciate the live stream or the broadcast on the radio or anything in between, let us know. Drop us a line there at the studios as well. Again, final scores tonight. In the nightcap, it was Dieterich with a big victory over South Central, 62-20. Altamont defeated Windsor Sioux Straws, 71-44, and CHBC defeated Neoga, 53-49. We'll be back with 2 tomorrow. It'll be St. Anthony and Cowden Herrick Beecher City at 6:15. Broadcast will start at just a little after 6, and then it'll be St. Elmo Brownstown and North Clay in the nightcap tomorrow from the 88th Annual NTC Tournament. For Elizabeth and Caleb and Wayne on the video side, Lauren back at the studios, Dustin here with the broadcast with me, Matt Robinson. Thanks for all your help, and have a great night.
Thanks for watching the NTC Tournament, provided by Premier Broadcasting, 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.